My name is Margaret Ann Windsor, and that's my real name. The name given me when I was kidnapped in 41 and brought to Moulton, Alabama, is Peggy Ann Dempsey, and I married a Childers. I was given the name of a twin, Peggy, and both twins had been killed by their mother, Lina Dempsey. They were born out of wedlock. I lived in nothing short of a hellhole and a pigsty where they put me. My Uncle George, which is the illegal George VI, is Elizabeth's father. That whole lineage is illegal. This wasn't a popularity contest. This was inherited. And you're plain and simply not a monarch. You're no one's monarch, Elizabeth. You're sitting in my seat. You're living in my homes with my money and my title. It's certainly not yours. You should have been taken down a long time ago and paid for your war crimes. At this point, you've made no attempt to correct a wrong. It's been the other way around. While I was living on the Appalachian Trail here near Roanoke, Virginia, you were invited to the state of Virginia, and you were paid to come. All the glitter and the people loving you, and it's not popular to go around when you're begging for food and you've had every crime in the book, including, I don't know where my sons Mark and Scott are, who heirs after me. For some reason, people just don't care. I've had them tell me, face to face, where they would run up to Elizabeth knowing she's illegal, she's not the real monarch, and try to get next to her. So I want to say this again. You're nobody's monarch, nobody's legal monarch, and the only one that can take you down and what's going on in this world today that you're a part of, the New World Order, the global government, that is committing such atrocities at this moment, no one can take you down but God himself. Your father, George, the illegal six, took down his own brother, or helped, and kidnapped me, Victoria II, the real monarch. And it was all illegal, a 99-year seal put on it. Why don't you just correct it and unseal it? And let us all see it, what you did and why you put a 99-year seal on it. You and your father and the others that helped orchestrate my father's takedown and my kidnapping. And that's the Jews, the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Bilderbergers, Joe Kennedy, that's JFK's father, who was appointed ambassador to England, 36 to 46 when they kicked him out. My father was never married to Wallace Simpson. My father was married legally to Claudia Ruth O'Keefe from Madison, Wisconsin, sister to Orde, Georgia O'Keefe. Never in other circumstances would anybody stand by and pay homage or love and bow to someone who's such a traitor and killer and crook. A man who would take down his own brother, the real king, or in real life just take down his brother and steal everything and lie about him and kidnap his child and send the child to another country to have every inconceivable crime committed against me. I'll go ahead and say it. In any civilization, there would have been such an uprising against such an ugly human being. So there's nobody but God himself that can come close to taking you out and making you pay for the crimes that you and your family, that part of the Windsors and your dad and your mom that's called the Queen Mom, who's nothing but a lie, the whole thing. So I'll just say it again. The monarchy was not a popularity contest. I'm the real monarch, not you, and you're nobody's monarch. You're sitting there and you're enjoying a life style that's not yours while you commit all the crimes. You've given away everything British. Under any other law of the land, you would be punished. Instead, you've been rewarded. You and that family of yours. Charles is part of the New World Order, a member of which uh, people are barred from getting in, the press and everything, and yet you're glorified. You don't have to answer to anyone. Um, the Clintons are part of it. Obama has already said back when this government almost went shut down, what, it's been going on a year ago, if not a year ago now, that the New World Order was in place. So people are being led into it mainly because they're living pretty good and they don't care. But I don't know. Nobody will make you pay for your crimes till maybe you meet face to face with him. Hopefully he doesn't condone what you do. My son's the legal heirs to the crown after me. I don't know where they are. So you've participated in such a rip-off, and people bow to you, and you live this luxurious life while I lived on the Appalachian Trail and starved and froze here. And Virginia, the state of Virginia, paid you to come here. And I'm trying to tell about the crime that's being committed, and I'm going to using mind control. And I've put all this on other videos and tapes. I didn't find out about my kidnapping until 1983 in the fall. I was flown out to Larry Flint's because I'd written a book, medical malpractice book, and part of it was on mind control, programming people. And this is before I found out about my real name in '83. And Larry Flint was flown to Lawrenceville, Georgia, where he was shot, and his attorney killed. And the man that shot him was shot and killed his attorney was programmed. So Mr. Flint flew me out there during a campaign to replace one of the doctors I wrote about in the book, and that was Larry McDonald, U.S. Congressman, urologist from Atlanta, Georgia. The plane that he was on, the KAL, was shot down August the 31st of '83. 10 years later, because some of these were deliberately done in patterns, the mind control murders. Diana, that's when she died, exactly, I believe it was 10 years later, August the 31st. Now then, as far as I know, people loved Diana. They certainly did. She was a part of this. I cannot wrap my mind around the acceptance of illegals who are stealing the country blind and part of the New World Order, which I don't know if it's part of the, if the part of the Bible, the end of times, or what. The only thing I know is I'm 75 years old. My mom and dad were ripped from me, my sons, and my country. And you're the one that is touting yourself as monarch when you're nobody's legal monarch, Elizabeth.